All right. So you can go through the first part of it. Um, Try doing them on your own, right? And tell me if you're not able to understand questions, only when you're not getting the answers correctly, right? So the first question here is on describing the relationship of clauses in the following sentences and the functions of the subordinate clauses. So describe the relationship basically just means whether, uh, you know, um, a given clause, basically you need to identify the subordinate clause and also say what kind of clause they are, right? Um, Noun, adjective, adverbial, so on and so forth. So do that first. You have, I think, about 10 questions each for all of these exercises. We have, I think, a total of 5 exercises that we have. So don't take too much time. Go through these questions and see if you're able to answer them. If you're finding it difficult or if you're not able to identify, then you can tell me. So what we'll do is 6:15, right? So take 10 minutes and do this particular activity. Then we can quickly discuss what you have understood and what answers you have written, right? So what you can also do is you can choose that particular part and leave as a comment in the chat box, right? Whatever clause you have chosen and what the kind of clauses, right? So we'll know how much you've understood and how much you've not. We'll do 10. I think there are like more questions in each subpart, but at least 10 you can do so that we are able to cover all of them. Right? If we sit and do all the 15 questions, probably we won't be able to do the others till the end. So let's do 10 for the session. And then, of course, the rest you can practice with the document that's uploaded. So we'll do this one first. You can quietly look at these questions and then uh, write down the answers in the chat box. I'll keep checking them there. And if there are doubts, you can ask. Okay? Clear what to do?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. You don't have to type out the whole of the thing, at least the beginning part and then dot dot would work. Okay. Don't type the whole of it. Beginning of the subordinate clause, dot dot, and then the type of clause, as in the function of the clause, noun, adjective, or adverb. Don't sit and write down everything. It's okay. Also indicates the type of clause, okay? Correct, yeah. First and second are correct. That fierce is, and so on and so forth is your subordinate clause. After yesterday's, that is again your subordinate clause, correct? What kind they are? Adjectival. Is it adjectival? Look at it closely. So we're trying to answer the London Weather Center warned that, right? Warned what? So the whole clause is taking the place of the object of the verb warn. And objects are usually nominal in nature, which means it has to be a noun. Subject and object always has to be a noun. So anything that sits in its place will have nominal qualities, whether a phrase or a clause or anything. So this one is a noun clause. That fierce winds would build up in the southeast, so on and so forth, right? How about the first one? After yesterday's storms left 14 dead and thousands homeless. First one tells you time, right? To answer the question when. When after yesterday's storms left 14 dead and thousands homeless, right? So anything that begins with either a preposition, like here the preposition is after. Prepositional phrases, all of them, and clauses will all of them be of adverbial nature. It's an adverb clause. Okay. First one would be adverbial or adverb clause, as you wish to call it. Okay, look at 3, 4, 5 now. Cause, okay, that day. Fine. See, third one is will focus on the sea defense wall gave away. Causing flooding of up to 5 feet. Correct. Yes. Third is right. Fourth one, in one town in Northwich, 1,000 people in this and local because it's an embedded clause in the fourth one. Actually, it begins from because, right? So because the emergency services said that they could not prevent more damage, the first one. Then another one is that they could not prevent more damage. So that they could not prevent more damage would be a noun clause because said what, right? So directly takes up the place of the object of the verb say. And because the emergency services, this is again what? It's any clause that gives you reason is basically an adverb clause. So two subordinate clauses in fourth one. First one adverbial clause, the second one noun clause. Causing flooding of up to 5 feet and police, again this gives you a cause, hence an adverbial clause. Fifth one, the jury believed, that the man was guilty, correct. Again noun clause, yes, correct. Fifth one is also noun clause. Come when you like. Come when you like, you're not able to do that. When you like, yes, correct. See, this is a form of an imperative sentence, right? Basically, you're saying you come when you like. That's the whole sentence. And when you like is it's an adverbial clause, subordinate clause. Seventh one is who won the prize? Yes, okay, correct. Girl who won the prize. The girl who won the prize. Hmm. Yes, adjectival, correct. Mhm. Eighth one, he confessed that he was guilty. That he was guilty, correct. Noun clause. Hmm. I know you have great regard for him, right? This is the next one.
Ma'am, for ninth, what is the
Sorry, for nine.
what is the answer, ma'am?
You will analyze it exactly like how you would do the seventh one, right? I know the girl who won the prize. No, not exactly,
Ma'am,
but
in ninth one.
hmm.
Ma'am, in this
Ninth one. Yeah, what happened? Tell me. It's
ma'am,
an
in
easy
this
one.
ma'am, in this sentence, what is the subordinate clause?
What is the subordinate clause?
Yes, ma'am.
Subordinate clause would be, I think Tanishka has already answered. You have great regard for him. Will be your subordinate clause. Because I is the subject, no is the main verb, and whatever comes after that is your subordinate clause. Basically, subject, verb, object. So the whole clause there is the object of the verb know. I know you have great regard for him. So noun clause. Yeah, Tanishka, you're right. Okay, Disha, understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Do you think that I am a fool? Yes. Yeah, this is right. That I am a fool and noun clause. Correct. Hmm. Okay. Okay, shall we go to the next question? I think this one you should understand by now, right? You were able to identify how you check for subordinate clause and the kind that I bought for my wife is expensive. All of them are versions of each other. Just five more questions, but it's okay. They're easy and they're of the same pattern as we discussed. We'll go to the next one, question tag. Can you try solving them? We'll do all of these. Okay, because question tags are easy. So no problem. Everyone's ready to go. Hmm. Okay, not isn't. So see, this is, you have to be careful with this. Everyone, although when written in a statement, it takes is as the verb, right? Because everyone is treated as a singular subject. But see, when you talk about everyone, you're also referring to, we know that we are referring to individuals of a group, right? Everyone. Hmm? So, you know, there are a lot of people, but then the reference is to individuals in that. Hence, your verb then in the tag will have to be plural. Okay, so, and you don't say aren't everyone, right? So, you're going to say aren't they. Okay, everyone's ready to go, aren't they? So, everyone, because you're using aren't now you'll have to use a plural subject form here, right? You can't use everyone in the tag. So because you used aren't now, you're going to use the subject they to ask the to form the question tag. Like, aren't they? Everyone's ready to go, aren't they? Okay. So same thing would be applied to any verb that comes here. So if you're going to replace everyone is with everyone has, right? Then your question tag will be haven't they. Okay. Especially in the case of the present tense. The in past tense, this problem does not arise because everywhere anyway you're going to have did forms, right? Had form. But in case of was and were, yes, this is going to be. So if you had was ready to go, you'll ask weren't they, right? Yeah. Second would be let's be reasonable. Shall we? Shall we? We don't use the negative form in the subjunctive mode sentences, right? You will simply say shall we. Okay. Let's be reasonable, shall we? Not shan't or shall not be. Shall we? There's no place like home. Hmm. There is no place like home. Hmm. Yeah, let's check what that is.
Ma'am, what is third one?
Third one will have to be, I think, uh, not is there. I think it's isn't it. There's no place like home. Isn't it? Because you have to use the negative form. So anyway, is will become isn't. And isn't it? Because this is a cleft sentence. There doesn't have any meaning, right? So isn't it? Okay. What is this? Did he? Helen never took his work seriously. Did he? Correct. Patricia hardly said a word. Did it's not did he? Patricia is a female name. So did she? Okay. Did she? Okay. Nobody had seen my wallet. Nobody has seen my wallet. Nobody. Nobody has seen my. Okay.
And had you is correct, no?
Sorry.
Ma'am, for the sixth one.
I'm not able to hear you properly. Which question? Sixth one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, you will use did they. Okay. Do we have a has seen, right? So perfective form. So did they? Nobody has seen my wallet.
Ma'am, we should use you,
Nobody
no?
has.
For everyone, we use they. So for nobody, we can use you.
No, no. But nobody means nobody, right? It is more singular reference. Everyone has more of a plural reference. Nobody doesn't have that kind of a function.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
is singular only. Yeah.
So we should use
Nobody has eaten. So here you can't say this is has seen, right? So it will has to be nobody has seen my wallet. Have they? Okay. Have they? So in that sense, yes, it's plural. Correct. So you'll use have they, not did they. Did they would come only if your tense is in simple past tense, but here it is has seen, right? So you'll say have they. Yeah, so nobody is in plural form. So we use the verb have, which is used in the plural form, and the subject they, which is again in the plural form. Okay, but not did they. Not did they because the tense is different here. Did is only used when you have a simple past tense. Here, has seen is not in simple past tense, right? So have they. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yes, okay, that is that. Everyone has secrets. This is similar to the first one. But please pay attention to the tense you have here to choose the right auxiliary verb.
haven't they?
Everyone has secrets. Haven't they? No. So, what do you notice? Like in most of these sentences with indefinite pronouns, they're not taking the negative forms, right? They're simply taking the tense and then the respective form and the plural forms of all of those, right? Similar tense and plural form. So everyone has secrets will also be like that. Everyone has secrets. So if you have has, what will you use? Are you answering? I did not check the. Have they? Everyone has secrets. Have they? Okay. Everyone has secrets. Have they? Correct. Okay. Then 8-1. That's such a shame. That's such a shame. This works similar to there. So if you have, pronouns like there, that, one, all of these are going to work in a very similar way. That is such a shame. So isn't it? Okay, in this case also you will say isn't it. The actual rule would tell you to use it as isn't that, right? But we know that this is not something that is used commonly. Okay, we don't use it commonly. Hence, isn't it is what we use in most of the situations. You can say isn't it for this one as well. That's such a shame, isn't it? Okay, we're not changing the verb here. We're using is and then As per the rule, we are changing that to is not in the negative form. And then we're using it instead of that. You can use that as well. But because question tags are used mostly in conversational language, we don't hear mostly people saying isn't that. Okay. So more appropriate would be isn't it, but isn't that is also right. Like in the previous case where we had there. So there's no place like home. Isn't there or isn't it? Both would be acceptable. Okay, next one, nothing surprises you anymore. Nothing surprises you anymore.
Ma'am, we can say for this does anything.
Nothing. Sorry, what is it? Come again.
Does anything.
Does anything. So see, you can say those things grammatically, but in such cases, uh, what more, the more suitable method of doing that would be to say, nothing surprises you anymore. Does it? Okay. Does it? Because we are using nothing, right? So nothing is basically something that you use for inanimate objects. So it makes more sense to use a word like it than, repeating nothing. So is it? Sorry, does it? Okay, not is it. Nothing surprises you anymore, does it? Hmm? Okay. Nearly everyone came to the meeting. Nearly everyone came to the meeting.
Don't they?
Sorry?
Don't they?
No, did not they? Yeah, didn't they is the right answer. Okay. Uh, don't not because we cannot use don't because look at the tense of the verb here. Came to the meeting, right? It's in past tense. Simple past tense. So we'll have to carry that over to the verb in the question tag as well. So didn't they? Hmm? Not don't they. Okay, you want to finish the rest of it also? I am being silly. I am being silly.
Am not I.
What did we learn? We learned about this. No, if you have I as the subject and am as the not subject. If you have am as the verb, then what do you have it in the question tag? What would be the verb in the question tag? Are, right? So I am being silly. Aren't I? Aren't I? ARE N apostrophe T. Aren't I? So ARE apostrophe NT. Aren't I? Okay. This is a special case. This verb am cannot be used as amn't. It's aren't in question tag. Aren't I? Someone knocked at the door. Someone knocked at the door. So if you have simple past tense, then obviously your auxiliary is going to be did, right? Didn't they? Right? Didn't they? This also would be didn't they? Someone knocked at the door. Didn't they? Hmm? Okay, let's try again. 13th one. Let's try again. What is the one that you use with the subjunctive mood sentences? Let's try again. Nobody? Don't know the answer? No, not should not. No, no. We discuss it for question number 2. See, this let's kind of sentence is also a kind of yeah, sentences in subjunctive mode. Shall we, right? Whenever you have these kind of sentences, the question tag is shall we. Let's try again, shall we? Okay, 14th one. Everything is just perfect. Everything is just perfect. Same thing, like, nothing another thing. What will you use here? Isn't it? Everything is just perfect, isn't it? Okay, that's the answer. Everything is perfect, isn't it? Last one is it's no use. It's no use. This is easy. It's no use. What is the answer? No, not are, not it. It's no use. Is it? Okay, is it? Is it? This is a very similar case like you have for she is a singer. So you are going to ask, isn't she? Like similar to that, you have it's no use, right? So it is in negative form. So that means you have to use the positive form of the verb, which is, and the subject is it. So it's no use, is it? Okay. Practice is a little bit if you're unsure about this, particularly the cases where you have this indefinite pronouns as the subject, right? Everyone, everything, someone, something, no one, nobody, nothing, right? Those kind of sentences, please check before you come for the exam. They work a little differently than the other. Remember that most of them are going to be plural, right? Except for things like everything. Okay. This one is change the following active sentence into passive voice. You already have the choices given here. So just read the question and you need to just pick up an option from there. I did not beat her. What would be the passive sentence for this? She's not beaten by me. She has not beaten by me. She was not beaten by me. A, B, or C.
Ma'am, C is the answer.
She was not beaten by me. Correct. C. Yes. I will never forget this experience. Second one. So passive morphology.
Ma'am, B.
B plus, yeah, V3. B, correct. This experience would never be forgotten by me, correct. Okay. Third one, Mother made a cake yesterday. B plus V3.
Ma'am, B option.
A cake is made. Well, look at the sentence. The sentence is in simple past tense. Cake was made. C, option C. Okay. Fourth one. The boy greeted the girl.
The girl was greeted by the boy.
Correct. A. Option A. Fifth one. Did she do her duty? Option
Ma'am,
That
was
was
she done
Ah.
her duty?
Option B, right? Was her duty done by her? B.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The tiger was chasing the deer. Sixth one. The tiger was chasing the deer.
Ma'am, B
the deer
option.
was being chased by tiger.
The deer was being chased. Yes. So option B. Okay. Option B. She has written a novel. She has written a novel.
Ma'am, B option. A novel has been written by her.
A novel has been written by her. Option B. Correct. She has learned her lessons. She has learned her lessons. B or C?
Ma'am, B.
C.
B, right? Because has learned. So if it were had learned, then we could have written C, but it is has learned. So her lessons have been learned by her. Okay. Ninth one, have you finished the report? Have you finished the report?
Ma'am, B.
Correct. Has the report been finished by you? Okay. B. The last one here is the police have caught the thief. The thief has been caught by the police. The thief was caught by the police. The thief had been caught by the police.
Has been
Ma'am,
caught.
A.
Which one?
Ma'am, the thief has been caught by the police.
All right. So option A, the thief has been caught by the police. Okay. Good enough. Okay. Adverb of degree, focus, comment, or viewpoint. Right? You remember all of these, right? Degree tells you the extent to which, an adjective is defined or modified. Like, so examples like very, almost, quite, uh, most, rather, right? These all are examples of degree adverbs. Then you have focus adverbs. Basically, these are adverbs which you find in a sentence before a particular segment, a phrase, or a word which needs to be emphasized, right? So these adverbs can move to different positions in the sentence, and each time it moves, it focuses or emphasizes that particular segment which it comes along with, and in the process can also change the meaning of the sentence. So just, even, only, these are all examples of focus adverbs. Comment and viewpoint, the primary difference is comment is more personal and viewpoint is more like a studied perspective, right? So viewpoint is when you're offering a perspective. So words like mathematically, philosophically, or technically, methodologically, so on and so forth would be considered viewpoint. It comes from more of an informed standpoint. Comment is personal, like words like luckily, disappointingly, unfortunately, or what else? Yeah, words like that, which are more like, which sounds more like comments, right? Okay. So let's look at a few of these questions and see what will you use. The juice was dash cold. Now, in some of these sentences, maybe multiple answers also work, right? Depending on the context. Probably you can write more than one answers for all of these. So let's see what works. First one, you can say very cold, you can say too cold, right? Or you can even use some other kinds of adverbs, but since our focus is only on the focus and degree and comment and viewpoint, we'll not admit other adverbs for the time being. We'll only focus on all these four categories just mentioned. So you can use degree adverbs for sure, like the ones I mentioned. Viewpoint and the other two, I don't think will be applicable here. Okay. The train dash arrived.
Just.
Yeah, the train just arrived, right? So focus adverb. Okay. Third one. My work is dash over.
Almost.
Yeah, almost over, right? And so what adjective have you used here? Sorry, not adjective, adverb. Almost would be degree, right? Almost would be degree. Degree adverb. Okay. Fourth one is you are running dash fast.
Very.
Yeah, very or
Very.
too. Yes, very is okay. Too is okay. The book was dash interesting.
Very.
Something other than very.
So.
The book is so interesting. Then the book is quite interesting, right? These are all again degree adverbs. Okay. What would be the next one? That building is dash old. That building is dash old.
Too old.
You can say too old. Try using, other adverbs of degree than just the commonly used ones. So you can say rather also. In this place, rather old, right old, right? All of them you can use. Then she is walking dash slow. What would this be? She's walking dash slow.
Quite.
Quite slow, too slow, rather slow. Okay. Dash, we could send astronauts to Mars. Okay. Dash, we could send astronauts to Mars.
Finally,
Finally, yeah. Okay. I don't know if you're able to send or not, but okay. Any other words? So what kind of adverb do you think will fit here? Will this be a comment adverb or a viewpoint one?
comment.
Comment. Okay. Why not viewpoint? Okay, so here you cannot really decide on what the perspective can be, right? So it has to be mostly a comment. So finally or eventually, words like that you can think about, right? Finally would go, eventually would go, right? Um, what would be the next one? Dash, we are lost. Okay, dash, we are lost.
Sadly, sorrowfully.
Sadly, sadly, disappointingly, or clearly, or obviously, right? Clearly, we are lost and all that. But all of these adverbs are what? Are they comment or viewpoint? Are they comment or viewpoint?
Comment.
Comment, right? They're all comment. Yes. Okay. Dash, we have dash found the key.
Finally,
Finally, you can say we have finally found the key. We have, or other words can be fortunately, luckily, right? Then next one is dash, she showed up late again. Dash, she showed up late again. Dash, she showed up late again.
clearly,
Clearly or unfortunately, she showed up late again. Disappointingly, she showed up late again, right? Something that figures around that kind of adverbs, right? And these are all comment adverbs. Now, the next would be she dash submitted to the jury. She dash submitted to the jury. This can be many. You can say eventually, you can say, oh, which one? Sorry.
honestly,
Honestly submitted to the jury. Yes, that can also go. My phone can dash make calls. My phone can dash make calls. There are many options possible here based
clearly,
on my phone can, yeah, but this is more of a focus adverb question. So you can say my phone can also make calls. My phone can even make calls. My phone can just make calls. My phone can only make calls, right? So only, even, just, also. Many focus adverbs are possible here. Okay. The book dash talks about the newest inventions. The book dash talks about the newest inventions.
Just.
The book just talks about the newest inventions. Yes, you can write that. Or you can again use even, also, all of that there. Or alternatively, you can also use those comment adverbs, not comment, the viewpoint adverb also, right? In case you know how to fill them up. So you can also say the book clearly talks about the newest inventions. Or you can say the book methodically talks about the newest inventions. So multiple adverbs are possible in that sentence, right? All focus and viewpoint and comment, all of them possible. Did you say anything?
No, I just gave an option like
What
completely.
was it? What was
Completely.
it? Completely. Book completely talks about. Maybe. Okay, book completely. Or yeah, any other adverb, anything that can fit there properly would be okay. Right. The last one here. I dash got back from work.
Just.
I just got back from work. Right. I just got back from work. Correct. Okay. Now I think a few more remain. And this is basically on, I think the last part was on conditional sentences. I don't think we'll have enough time to cover this one as well, but let's see. Maybe we can check a few sentences, right? Do you have a session after this?
No, ma'am. At 8 p.m.
8 o'clock. Okay. So just spare another 5-10 minutes and we can close.
Okay.
So if the bus is late, choose the correct verb form to complete the conditional sentences, right? So here then we are talking about the zero, first and second conditionals mostly. We're not taking up the mixed and the third one at this point. I told you mostly your knowledge should be around the zero, first, second. And third too, in case, we're going to talk about conditions that would have results in the present if there is a change in the past, right? So that's the third conditional. But the first three are straightforward, right? The zero, first and second. Zero is basically when you want to state facts. It works mostly like the simple present tense. So when you want to state facts or truth or something that is universally true, then you use the zeroth conditional. First conditional is basically to indicate real possibilities, okay, real conditions. And the second conditional is basically for hypothetical situations or imaginary, unreal situations, right? Let's look at these. So the question is to choose the right form of the verb based on the conditional statements you have. So let's see what this is. If the bus is late, I will be, or I would be, or or was. Okay, they've included one was also with it, late for school. So these are your options. You have to pick from these three. I'll be, I would be, I was. Definitely it is not was because it will not be conditional. Which one? Sorry?
Will be.
Will be, right? So this is first conditional. So simple present tense in the condition and the rest of the sentence takes the simple future form. That is the condition and the result. Result will be always in future tense, simple future tense, and the condition will be in simple present tense for first condition. If the bus is late, I'll be late for school. So this is a real possibility, first condition. I'll phone Charlie from home later if I remember, will remember.
Ma'am, will you remember?
Sorry?
Will you remember?
Read that again. I will phone Charlie from home. Now this is the result. The condition is later. If I remember, or I will remember.
Remember.
Remember, right? Remember. So this is first conditional again. If I remember, look at the previous sentence. If the bus is late, right? I will be late for school. I'll be late for school. Similarly here, if I remember, I will phone Charlie from home later. Right. So both are same. They're both first conditional. The order of the condition and the result is reversed. That's all. If I go to third one, if I go to the shops this afternoon, if I go to the shops this afternoon, I will buy, I would buy some chocolate for you.
Would buy.
If I go to the shops this afternoon,
I would
I
buy.
will buy. I will buy, right? I will buy some chocolate for you. Again, first conditional, no change. Fourth one, if I had enough money, I would lend it to you.
Had.
Had.
Had. If I had enough money, right? Simple past tense with would is your second conditional, right? If I had enough money, I would lend it to you, right? Fifth one, I will borrow my parents' car if I had my driving license. If I had my driving license. So in the previous one, would can be replaced with could, might, so on and so forth. And the condition is in which tense? Simple past tense, right? If I had. So I could borrow my parents' car if I had my driving license, right? In third conditional, what is the condition? What would you see? Which tense do you see in third conditional? Just for the sake of information.
Perfect.
Sorry, which form?
And past perfect.
Past perfect, right? You'll have past perfect. Correct. Here we don't have. If I had, here is not past perfect. Had is in simple past tense, right? Okay, sixth one. I won't not tell anyone if you tell me.
Won't.
Won't, right? I won't tell anyone if you tell me. This is which conditional? Which conditional is this? I won't tell anyone if you tell me. First, right? First one. Okay. Seventh, if there's any cake left, I would have, will have another piece.
Will have.
If there's any cake left, I would have. I would have another piece. If there's any cake left. Okay. If you had three wishes, what would, will you wish for? If you had three wishes,
Ma'am, will you?
hmm? No, it is not will. If you had three wishes, right? Simple past tense. Had three wishes. So would, right? If you had three wishes, what would you wish for? The second conditional, all of them hypothetical, right? If you had three wishes, don't you get a sense of imagination and hypothetical nature to the sentence, right? If you had three wishes, and even otherwise, if you're going to look at it grammatically, simple past tense would always take that would form. Whenever you have would, could, might kind of constructions after this, it is basically indicating a hypothetical situation. Okay, so if you had three wishes, what would you wish for? Sorry. All right, understood. So just revise this. It's not very tough. Brush it up before you go to the exam. Okay, all right. We had one more question on figure of speech, but it's okay. Revise that part also well. I see that some of us find it difficult. What you do is, I think this is also uploaded. In case this is not uploaded, from what I remember, this should have been uploaded. But check if it is not. If it's not, please write to me and I'll put this up by then, maybe tomorrow or something. And go through this last one, right? The sixth one, the figure of speech. And if you have any questions around them, any of these that you haven't understood, then please write to us. Okay. So we'll clear it up for you. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then. Good for today. Rest of the topics, I think, is good enough. This quantifiers and all, they just one quick read or the lectures are sufficient for you to understand how they work. What else remains in this? I think most of it we have covered. Clauses is a big part. You will have other things like if clauses and that clauses, if and whether clause and all that. But if you have a basic understanding of how subordinate clauses function and noun clause, adjective and adverb, then the other things are not going to be tough. I think rest of it we did cover. From what I understand, I think this is okay. Good enough for you to. Okay, all right. We'll see you again on Wednesday for the live session, which is tomorrow, right? Okay, all right. Anything that you want to ask?
Ma'am, in Anthem, there is any audio-based question will come.
Which question?
Ma'am, audio-based question.
I don't think so. We don't have a provision for audio questions this time. I don't think we'll have it.
Okay, ma'am.
That's good? Huh. Okay, then. See you again tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you.